The second Will Muschamp was let go at South Carolina, there was a lot of speculation that he would wind up at Georgia. So has that happened or not? And where are we with this entire thing? Dean Legge from Dog Post making you a smarter Georgia fan. I'm going to attempt to do that right now. You had some reporting from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution today. Chip Towers reporting that Will Muschamp has been at the football facility at the University of Georgia, which is really not that surprising. And you know, the thing about this thing is this, okay? Will Muschamp's son Jackson is a walk-on quarterback at Georgia. Just finished his first year at Georgia. What a heck of a year it was to be your freshman season. But you know, he's not employed by anybody right now. He's got a contract with South Carolina. They let him go. He was not fired for cause. They just severed the contract. They're going to have to pay that out. And so it's not surprising at all that he would be at Georgia. I think there is a lot of how do you best put it? Because Chip Towers is not a dummy. I mean, he's obviously done reporting here, and he doesn't say that Will Muschamp is joining the staff in any way at Georgia, whether it's as an analyst or as a position coach. I mean, there's a position coach available right now, but that's not what Will would be doing. But then today, the University of Georgia sent a statement out saying Will Muschamp is not currently employed at the University of Georgia. My insider take, I guess you could say, on this is that Will is probably not going to be hired in any official capacity by the University of Georgia. Not because they don't like him, not because, not because he couldn't do it. Obviously, he could. He's a very successful defensive coordinator. Georgia's got a defensive coordinator. And, I think more than that, I don't think Will Muschamp wants to be tied down to any particular job or any particular thing. The most important thing folks need to remember about the guy running the program at Georgia right now is that Kirby Smart knows a lot of people in football. A lot. And sometimes I think it's overdone, the relationship between Kirby and people like, well, it's specifically in Will Muschamp. But, my expectation is that Will Muschamp could be around the football facility at Georgia. But I don't know that I very seriously doubt that he will be a position coach. And I am extremely skeptical, I guess you could say, that he would take a position of an analyst at Georgia. This is a guy who is still waiting on opportunities to present themselves. My understanding of his contract situation at Carolina is that he had a straight up, walk away. He had the ability to just leave, and he is due that money. If he makes $1 million at Tennessee as a defensive coordinator, Carolina would still owe him all of the money. That's my understanding of his contract. So, Will can do whatever he wants to do, and Carolina's still going to have to pay. That was some language that Carolina didn't get in their contract. So, I don't think that this is a big deal in any way. I understand why folks are so eager to talk about it and so forth, but put bluntly, Will Muschamp's going to have nothing to do with the success or failure of Georgia's season in 2021. I mean, he's going to be around. His son plays in the program. He's a letterman, and he's a former coach that's friends certainly, I would say, with the head coach. I mean, it's just not surprising. And this is not me running anybody who's reporting down. That's not what I'm doing here. But just as an example, I mean, Jim Donnan, a former head coach at Georgia, it's not abnormal for him to be around the football offices either. So right now, another thing someone said to me today that was really kind of, sort of put in the same way. What does Will bring to this thing that Kirby doesn't already know about this league? I mean, Kirby's been in the league just as long as Will Muschamp has. So they're both the same type of coach. I mean, it's not like Will Muschamp's an offensive guru. I mean, that's not what he does. So I don't think it's surprising. I do not anticipate him being on staff at Georgia. I don't know why he would want to be on staff at Georgia. I don't know why Georgia necessarily would want him, considering all the positions that are filled right now. I mean, he's just around, and I think that's okay. I mean, again, his son, who probably got to see very limited amounts of as he was growing up because he was the head football coach at an SEC school. This is the first time that Will has not been in coaching since, for a while. And so maybe this is just a year where he's just going to take to himself and not be involved in things. I say I'm skeptical. We'll just see what happens. But again, the university is saying today, Will Muschamp is not currently employed at the University of Georgia. Does that mean he will be employed? No. Does it mean he could be employed? Sure. But I just think that this is one of these things where Kirby's got a lot of friends. And I don't think it's abnormal for them to kind of be kicking around the football facility. That it's Will Muschamp is what's so interesting to folks. And I get that. But I don't see him being an analyst like John Jancic or Brian Van Gorder was for a moment there. I just don't see that sort of stuff happening. I think for Will Muschamp, who's a young guy in the world of coaching, his future is still ahead of him, and that future can be any number of things. We have a lot still left to go here now that Tennessee job has opened up. What will the ramifications from that be? We can't know. And, you never know. I don't think this is going to happen either, but you never know when, the NFL will just come up and get a guy like Todd Grantham from Florida or, whoever. And, Tennessee just fired their coach. It's almost February. So there are no rules anymore. Texas fired their coach in 2021. Tennessee fired their coach in 2021. This is crazy. So that he's around the facility, I think is something people are going to have to get used to. That doesn't mean it's not newsworthy. It is. But it also means that, I don't know that there's too much to it. That's my whole point here in all of this. Make sure you're checking out all these playlists above here. You want to make sure you check them out. We update them constantly. Thanks for watching. Dean Legge from Dog Post, making you a smarter Georgia fan. We'll see you on the website.